In this video, we'll look at the surface area and volume of a triangular prism. A triangular prism is a 3D shape like this, where one side is a triangle, and then it's just extended in a vertical direction. It doesn't have to be vertical, it could be flipped in another orientation. But basically, you've got something like a cylinder, except instead of a round top and bottom, it's triangular. Okay, so in order to find the surface area of any shape, you just want to look at all of the sides and find the area of each side. You have to add them all up. So in a shape like this, we have a triangle on top, a triangle on the bottom, and then three rectangles around the outside. Those two in front that you can see, and there's one tucked away in the back side there. Let's just find the area of those triangles and rectangles and add them up. Okay, so first of all, that triangle on top, it has a side length of 5, 3, and 4. 3, 4, 5. And the area of this is given by something called Heron's formula. So if you didn't know how to find the area of a triangle like this, we'll start with that. So Heron's formula says that the square root of, well, the area is given by something called S minus A, S minus B, and S minus C. I'll tell you what these letters mean right away. So S is called the half perimeter. You basically take those three sides of the triangle, add them up, and divide by 2. So 3 plus 4 plus 5 is 12, divided by 2 is 6. And then A, B, and C up here, those are just the three sides of the triangle. So 3, 4, and 5. So the area of this triangle will be the square root of 6 times 6 minus 4, or, well, let's just do one of the sides at a time. We'll do 3 first. So 6 minus 3 is 3, 6 minus 4 is 2, and 6 minus 5 is just 1. So we get square root of 6 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is square root of 36, and the square root of 36 is just 6. So the area of that triangle on top here is a 6. Now remember, there's two of them, one on the bottom as well. Okay, so we found the area of that triangle, and let's find the area of each of these rectangles now. So this first rectangle, it's got a side of 3 up here, and it goes down with a side of 10. Can you see that? It's a 3 by 10 rectangle there. This rectangle also has a height of 10. All these lines are the same height, but this time the side length is 4. I'm going to put it right next to the other one. And finally, we've got one rectangle on the back. It has a length of 5. And that same height of 10 again. You can almost imagine taking scissors and cutting down this edge, taking off the top and the bottom triangle and unrolling what you have left, and you would have a folded up piece of paper like that if this triangular prism was made out of paper. You could add them up one at a time. That's a good strategy, and it'll work in any shape. But here I can see these three rectangles together just make one big rectangle that is 12 wide altogether. That's just 3 plus 4 plus 5 again, and 10 high. So the area of this big rectangle is equal to 10 times 12, which is 120. Okay, I'm going to call this AR, just so we don't mix it up with this AT up here. I'll call that AT for the triangle, AR for the rectangle. Now our total area will then be, so the total surface area on that triangular prism, what should I call this one? We'll call it A total. Is going to be, remember there's two triangles, so I need to multiply the area of that triangle by 2. I've added up all the rectangles, so we just need to add this rectangle area. And let's see what we get. So 2 times 6 plus 120 for the rectangles. This is 12. 12 plus 120 equals 132. I'll just write it down here. A total equals 132. Alright, your teacher will like it if you put a nice box around your answer. It's hard to see where your actual answer is when you've got stuff written all over your page. Okay, now we also said we would find the volume, so let's find the volume of this thing. I'll just scroll up a little bit. Well, let's just take a look and see that we've got that triangle on top. To find the volume of a shape like this, you want to find the area of one side, like this triangle, and then multiply it by that height. So we just need the area of the triangle times the height, and that will be the volume. Okay, so volume is going to be the area of that triangle times, well, I'll call it H here just to use a letter. That's the height of that triangular pyramid. And the area of our triangle is 6. If you remember, we're just looking at the AT, right? That's why it's good to put a little letter with your different areas so you know which area you're talking about. So the area of the triangle times the height of that whole prism, which is 10, and that will give us the volume. So the volume is then 60. Okay, so there we found the area and the volume of a triangular prism.